Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kindness Rising. I've got a little bit of cold today, but I am here just like I do every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, to get you up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. Professional networking that is slowly turned into performance theater. Optimized headlines, strategic vulnerability, engagement farming, and polished personas. But what if professionalism didn't require performance? What if belonging didn't require masking? Today, we're going to step into something a little bit different. Signal over noise, human over algorithm, and courage over power.
This is Kindness Rising.
Here's the thing, guys. Kindness Rising has always been about creating space where people don't have to perform to belong. I came here day one saying this is about authenticity, showing up in the chat, getting involved with the community. And today I am so excited to have a conversation with one, possibly two leaders. We'll see if our second leader is able to join us this morning, that are building a new kind of professional space intentionally. Not anti-professional, not anti-success, just anti-performance theater. And I've got the people right here who are helping to build that. I am thrilled to introduce you to April Drake. April, welcome to Kindness Rising. I am so glad you have joined us. Oh, I love the Queen Wave.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately.
I love that. Oh, or the golf clap, right? We'll do golf clap, Queen Wave, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
we're LinkedIn, OG royalty here, so might as well, make use of it. So,
well, welcome to Kindness Rising. I know you're up bright and early, right?
4:30
I
here.
didn't know that you were West Coast.
Yep. Renton, which is really it's just a suburb of Seattle. I'm about 30 minutes outside. Okay. But I don't know what it is. I'm turning 55 in like 6 weeks. And the older I get, the earlier I'm getting up. I literally am, before my very eyes, turning into my parents.
I know, we all
it's
are.
happening.
I'm going to be 54 in April. In April.
When's your birthday?
29.
Okay, I'm 7th, so I got you beat.
All right, you got me beat by a little over
a year and 3 weeks.
A little bit over a year, but I'm feeling you entirely in terms of the changes. Glasses coming on when I didn't have the sleep schedule, like looking at my wife and going, it's 7:30. Is that too early to get in bed?
Oh, dude, 3 o'clock. I'm like 3 o'clock. You know what I do? I wake up at 1:30 in the morning. Yeah. And I say to myself, is it too early to wake up? Because I really want coffee.
Wow.
1:30. And I have to force myself to go back to sleep.
Yeah, you got to get that sleep, get that regular cycle going. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I started going live here at 7:30 in the morning every day back in July. And I was not a regular scheduled sleeper. I would stay up late, then I'd sleep. Then I'd go to bed early, sleep. This coming live every day has given me accountability towards my sleep and change, even though I've got a cold.
What a good idea. You're forcing yourself.
What's that?
You're forcing yourself to do it. That's great. This is
it works for me. I've said I'm going to try it. If it works, don't knock it. Well, it's been working. It's been helping me to have energy, different level of energy throughout the day. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about authenticity. I
don't know. This is fun. I think I'd rather just spitball and walk through your forest. I love the forest that we're walking through. I'm like, can we just do this? This is so nice. Just have coffee and walk through the forest. This is great. I could just do this all day. It's so calming.
Cool. I'm so glad that you like it. Actually, I am trying to get to, I've got an alternate one I can show you too. You can pick
Oh,
your.
don't you dare change it. Don't you dare change it.
Oh, don't change it. It's a water. The other one's a waterfall.
No, I fell over a waterfall.
Oh my gosh, so did I.
You did? I have a scar that big on my forehead. I smashed myself on a rock, knocked myself unconscious, and I had to be saved by my cousin who drugged me out of a little pool at the bottom, and really? I came to. It was horrifying.
Okay, well, I won't bring that reminder. Mine was a lot less. Mine was a lot less traumatic. I live in upstate New York, where there are a ton of waterfalls, gorges, and that kind of thing. And we go hiking a lot with the family. When the kids were little, one time I thought, oh, I'll be cool. I'll climb up the waterfall. I'll show them.
That's what I said.
I'll show them that I can get up this waterfall. Well, I got about halfway up the waterfall and just tumbled backwards. Tumbled backwards, 2 bounces into the swimming hole, and it's still a joke in my family. I yelled, "I'm swimming!" Just that was it. So I didn't get hurt.
My mom saw me. She was on the hike too, and she saw me sitting straight upright. I was sitting straight upright, and I was going down the rapids. And she thought to herself, because this is a mother, right? She doesn't want to be seeing her daughter die. And she thought to herself, boy, April really knows what she's doing. She really, like, there was this cognitive dissonance in her mind.
Oh my God.
And then she saw me hit a boulder. And when she saw me hit the boulder, she realized it was real. And my brother came flying down the path, and my whole family was there. And at the bottom, when I finally got up and I came to, and I'm looking at the waterfall, I heard everyone behind me laughing. And I'm like, how is this a laughing matter? And I realized that a snare at the top had caught the back of my jean shorts and ripped it off. And my bare ass was hanging out for the entire world to see. So it's quite a good story, honestly.
It is a good story, and I'm glad you survived to tell it. That is wild.
So to kick us off, I love
story. That's what we're here. We're here to have stories and chats, and this is time that I've given, and I said I'm going to start bringing some friends in. I'm going to be honest with you about a couple things. One, you're only the second guest that I've ever had on the program.
Woo! Another OG moment.
I go live every day. I've 168 times, and I was nervous about bringing guests in because I'm like, what am I going to have to say to people? And you're helping me to feel much more at ease about it, frankly, as we're building in public, just like you're building in public, right? As the co-founder of your movement, and I want to give you time to talk about that too, if you're interested.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We're so early right now. We're pre-beta. We're trying to launch beta at the end of the week and show people what we're building because there is so much noise. I mean, what are they doing? Are they selling t-shirts? I mean, are they building something that people don't know what we're building right now? So I'm kind of excited to show them. Are you coming to the demo on Friday?
It's on my calendar. I plan to see it. Absolutely.
Good. I think that'll clear things up. I think I'm going to try to figure out how to record it because I don't want to pay the extra money because right now we're operating at a loss. And we never wanted to make money on this. No money is going into my pocket. We're forming an actual group where it's not just me being the owner. We just did that to kick it off. We wanted to have a GoFundMe and we wanted to have the money go into a business account. And I already operate like 4 businesses. So we just started it that way, but Orana and Nick and I have been putting hundreds of hours into this so far. And Orana has been, coming like slowly ramping up with a creative. So it kind of started with the tech and, now the creative is like coming in full force. We've got Meg Stellar. We've got Orana. We've got Chris Carter is helping with security. James Hood helped get us kicked off with the development too. We've got a nice little team of people that are really helping. Nicole, Deb, everyone knows them. They're helping consult. We've got Danny at Maldonado, right? and
Danny
Brianna.
Maldonado, yep,
Yep, and Brianna Bra, and they're consulting on for us. We just have a ton of people from the community that are jumping in, figuring out what the hell we're trying to do and helping us do it. Because, you know, and I just said I wouldn't talk about it. Here we are talking about it. But yeah, why not? Right. So like,
we're here talking about tell us what the platform is.
Right.
I have the website here I can show for people if they want.
Oh no, that's not the website. That's the free website. That's the
landing page.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be for long, because what we did was we created an entire new web surface. And the reason we did this, let me just talk about the reason really quick that we did this. So Ryan Wisner put up a small group. It was called the Future of Weird LinkedIn. And it was just spitballing about what we could do to keep our community more, congealed. And, some people are being kicked off the community, like Cameron. Cameron recently was kicked off. She is a transgender individual, and they didn't like the fact that she had 2 profiles. I've been working with her for several hours a day on how to get her back in. So I'm hoping that at the end of this week, we can relaunch her. But why is this happening, and what do we do when it does happen? We don't have a list somewhere. We don't have a database. And so what we did was we put up a poll on Ryan's site and said, what would you guys want? And we just had like 4 or 5 things that they could choose from. And everyone overwhelmingly chose that they wanted a way to stay connected, and they wanted a way to show off their work. It wasn't about like finding jobs like necessarily, or posting jobs, for certain. We're not trying to compete with any platform that's out there right now. We're just trying to like create something that the community wanted, so we could stay into connection if LinkedIn blew up, or if, Facebook or Instagram were suddenly gone, or, if we just wanted a database for ourselves. This is not to replace anything. This is to augment it just for our community. And we're not operating at a profit, but we don't, by IRS regulations, qualify to actually have a nonprofit, unfortunately. And we don't even qualify to have a not-for-profit unless I finally get somebody in here to want to do the business management. And if I have anyone listening, or if we have anyone that's listening to this that does business management for a living, please come and save me, because I really hate it. All I want to do is I want to work with tech. I'm a technical program manager. That means I work with development teams. I don't do marketing. I don't know how to do that shit. It's not my forte. All I knew is I had an LLC. We could use it until we had something better. So what we're doing is we're working on a contract right now. So not all fingers are pointing at me and saying things like, oh, money grabbing, and selling t-shirts for a profit off the back of the vulnerability of Weird LinkedIn. Like things like that. I'm actually hearing
those people will say those things, right? They're going to shoot darts.
And it's baffling me.
And it's hard. It's very hard getting started when you don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it, and you're doing it live, right? Which is what I think is amazing, right? And
we're trying.
You know where your intentions are, and sure, you have to have some level of understanding and legality, but it comes from time. I think what you're talking about, what I heard, was trust, right? In your heart, you're not here trying to become a bazillionaire off of.
No, I mean, there's like a 0.000000005% chance that I could compete with Microsoft, that I could compete with any of Meta, that I could compete with these big conglomerates, and I don't want to. What I want to do is I want to do what everyone else is doing on LinkedIn. I want to be able to have a profile that showcases my work. And right now, you could go into my GitHub because of this project, and you could see almost 400 work items that I have personally put in to spec out what this platform is. And then, you know what Nick can do? Nick can show the same backlog, and they can look at his activity and see how active he is in doing the DevOps. Chris could point to it and say, look, I've done all the security for this site. James can do the same thing. He can say, look, I helped build this thing. We are doing this because a lot of us right now are unemployed and we're not creatives, or we are, Orana and Meg are creatives, but we want to have something we want to be able to get jobs. And it's and other than the green banner and posting open to network, we don't have something to show. And so
I love this idea. I love this idea of the portfolio. That's why I led with it, right? Being able to have a place where you can show your portfolio of work in a way that is open, right? And that people can see. It's your proof, right? Your proof.
It is. And all the links
on LinkedIn and the other platforms.
Well, we can't compare ourselves.
You're saying what you did. This is showing what you did, and that's a completely different.
Yes, but to be very clear, we are not competing with LinkedIn. We are in no way, shape, or form. We have a brand new word that we came up with which is weird LinkedIn, and we did that to be in parity with the community that we actually formed. We didn't want it to sound so foreign like some other word. But we did come up with a word that would resonate, just so much that people would understand, oh, that's our community. It's just that, because of legal reasons, and copyright infringement, we can't call ourselves that. We also can't even compare ourselves. So we're not even trying. We didn't want to try anyway. We wanted what the community wanted. These are the things they voted for. They wanted a directory service, and they wanted a way to show off their portfolio. And so that's what we're building them. And so I'm hoping that the demo on Friday clears up a lot of this confusion. I know that, some things that we've posted have been confusing. People are like, are they just selling t-shirts? No, what we're trying to do is fund our about $300 a month costs, because guess what? As the business owner, this unemployed girl has to go and cover the costs. Okay. And I'm 55. Yes, I used to work at Microsoft and Amazon and Zillow. So I should be retired. I'm not. I had to start over several times because of early investments I made in the real estate market back in the early 2000s. And then the bust happened and I lost everything. I had to start over from scratch. And then guess what? I got cancer. I had to leave my job and I had to actually recover for a few years. So guess who had to start over again? This girl. So
that's the story of, we talk about this on the show almost every day. Resilience. We call it the spiral staircase, where you go around and around. Sometimes you go down and sometimes you go back up.
It's a clock, right? It's a clock. It's like the wheel of fortunes go up and the wheel of fortunes go down, and you have to be able to roll with it. And I think when we're younger, and you could probably attest to this as well, we actually are not predisposed to deal with it, because your luck is rising and you're like, this is only going to ever continue to go up. I'm going shopping, right? And that is nowhere in my plans. The only thing I do is thrift. So like my plans are to get a full-time job at a Fortune 500 company like I am used to. I'm just used to the people beating down my door, and all of a sudden I'm finding that is just not the case. And even when it is the case and people are super excited about me and I do really well on the interviews, I'm getting wow, the team is super impressed with you. But we filled the role and we'd love to contact you with future opportunities. Yep. And I'm like, oh my God. Like that, right? Oh my God. It's so competitive, and now Microsoft is now closing their gates and saying, hey, if you want to work here, you got to do the Amazon thing. You got to come in 3 days a week. And so there's even less remote jobs. And I don't know about you, but the older I get, the less tolerance I have for travel. And I certainly don't have the kind of wherewithal to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get myself on the road with traffic 45 minutes away to Redmond. So for me to have to go into a non-remote role after I've been remote since 2019, it's super challenging.
Change, right? It's a big change. Absolutely.
It is. It's
changing industries is what I'm involved in right now. I don't know if you knew that, but I did
not know that. What do you,
30 years, almost 30 years of hospitals and health systems health administration management, including at some fairly high executive levels, some big projects and big things. I have a master's of health administration, but now I am following my passion and getting involved here in digital marketing. So I'm making a choice to switch careers on top of being 50 years old, and so
we are in good company
out there, and that's why they're saying, it's the creator economy. Well, here you are, you're creating your proof. That's something that I'm learning out there. Certainly there's fewer and fewer jobs available. There definitely is something called ageism, right?
Oh my God.
As far as that goes, right? They automatically, we can't afford you, or you're not attuned to the latest tools.
Yeah, you couldn't possibly keep up. I had somebody actually tell me back channel. I got this feedback. I was interviewing at Meta, and I was told by my friend, I won't mention who, of course, to preserve her anonymity, but she told me that she was told that he was concerned I would be able to dive deep enough. And the thing that kills me about that is not just being 27 years in tech. It's that I have a chemistry degree. And I'm not sure how much farther down the pipe you can dive than atoms. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I've observed you as you've worked through this project. There's no question about it from my perspective, from my observations, that you can handle that. But there is an absolute bias out there.
You're right.
I'm also interested. I mean, you can talk about it if you want or you don't want to, but you told me about it. You're too pretty. You're too pretty.
Oh, that was my post from a year ago. That was the breakout post that actually got me into weird LinkedIn community. Yeah, that was the one.
Yep, give me 1 second. Absolutely. So I wanted to give some people some context about Weird LinkedIn, even though we're Weird LinkedIn
now, yeah.
LinkedIn.
Well, there's always
it was about a year ago that this movement started out there on the platform, right? And it's gone off in different fractions and different people involved, right? And this is just what the actual community, what I'm hearing here is this is the actual community that's defining what they want, rather than one person who maybe arose through this movement and is now taking more of a, I'm not naming names, but I've seen how it's worked in certain people who've, the question of who started the movement and all that. And that's not the point. But the point is what you've been saying all along, which is, okay, who started it? How long it's been? What does it mean? How's it defined? It doesn't matter. What do you want? And let's build it together through this open source platform is really, really cool.
Yeah, Weird LinkedIn is always going to live. The only reason I don't want to confuse the two is because of liability reasons. I have to walk a certain line. And so what I really wanted to do, I think a year ago in April, I was working at Netica, and I co-founded that company as well. It's a VPN company, and they are actually signed up to be one of our sponsors. They are our first sponsor. And I'm really grateful to my old partner for pledging his support to us, because he believes in us and our movement. And so I was working there, and I was coming up with a logo. I was at a baseball game. I was obsessed with Weird LinkedIn. I could not get off the platform, right? And for a lot of people that don't know, it's just a community that formed because a lot of us were sick of the performance theater and the algorithm, that we were up against with Weird LinkedIn. And some of us had just had it, and we were just starting to post what we were feeling, and I didn't know this it was forming. This is back in the Nick Power day, where he was just going viral because April Alvarez was tagging who is Nick Power, And she was blasting like every comment and every feed. She's gaming the algorithm. I've never known or seen anyone that can game an algorithm like that woman. She's incredible. So I kind of like saw what was happening with Nick Power. And at the same time, I had just done my Too Pretty post because I was sick of it. I was like, you guys want to know what I have experienced in my 27 years? Well, there's 50 bullet points of the things I've been told. You know, you just sit there and look pretty. Oh, you just go work the room. Oh, you know, she's just and I've overheard things like, is she really the one that we want support representing our platform? And that's before I took some Microsoft product around the world and I showed our biggest beta customers. I've heard atrocious things that have kept me feeling like I'm an imposter, you know, that have kept me feeling like maybe I am just the token female. You know, and I am really, what I decided, I cannot let other women feel like they're alone. And I finally got the kahunas up and I was just fed up. And so I posted this. I'm like, you know, I was asked by somebody that I used to work with at Amazon, and I actually thought we had respect for each other, to interview for a TPM role. And he wanted to meet in a bar. I don't drink. I'm married. I'm beyond those years. You know, I haven't drank in 10 years. And he wanted to meet at a bar. And that was kind of a red flag for me. But I'm also like 10 or 15 years older than this guy. And so I'm like, hey, April, just meet for lunch with him. You know, hear him out. He wants you to interview for this job. He wants you to meet with HR at the end of the week. The guy grabbed my freaking ass.
Oh, my God.
He told me that I would look great in a bikini. He asked me point blank if I would like to have an affair. And after that experience is when I came out with the Too Pretty. I'm like, I just cannot let this shit happen to the younger generation that's coming up behind me and have them feel alone. I just can't do it. So I posted that. At the same time, I was seeing the Nick Power thing. April gave me this like 16-page document about who I was based on all the information she sucked in from LinkedIn and other sources. It made me cry like a baby. That woman and what she was doing at the very beginning when she had, you know,
she wrote a profile for me too. Yeah.
It was incredible. And I know it was AI and it was kind of my introduction to the power of it, but I'm going to take that back. I didn't realize that it was AI. I thought she was doing it manually, but I found out immediately it was. And as I read it, I didn't care. I literally was crying because I felt seen. Yes. And I felt seen in a way that I have never felt seen in my professional career, if not my life. So like, I can't, you know, we are controversial figures. People are going to look at us and say, oh, you know, they do that or this or the other. I have nothing but respect for that lady. I have nothing but respect for so many people on this platform. She got me a job interview that I had a couple days ago with her hiring manager. Yeah. I got Scott O in with his current company right now. I'm the one who actually made that recommendation. We are helping each other actually get jobs. And you know, this weird LinkedIn is just a way that people can do it outside. It's not like we're looking for jobs and so come onto our platform, but it's a way we can continue the networking that we're doing right now, but we're not like exposing our hearts out to potential, you know, jobs that look at us and say, oh, that person's a loose cannon, you know? So it's not a competitor, but it's an augmentation in my mind a little bit. And I'm just like grateful that we have come together because I have bought cookies from Bill Yost's mother. There you go. I have bought from Ryan Wisner's wife. I have given money when it's been asked for because people have negative money in their bank account. I have given and given and given to this community, and a lot of us have. And so I'm not buying it personally when I see things like, oh, now it's all money grubbing. You know, you can kiss my lily white. I can't say the word. You can kiss my lilies. All right. And I got lilies right over here. If you honestly think that. I'm sorry. I'm controversial. I'm going to be controversial. I'm fine with that.
I appreciate that so much. And I appreciate the strength and the resilience that you're showing throughout this. we are out of time. That was a quick half hour.
Let's come on again. Let's come on
again. Do this again. We can definitely do it again, April. We will. We'll get Orana here. I'm sorry she was not able to join. Nick. Anybody who wants to come, we'll get it. We'll get this going. We'll continue to talk about this. This is the reason why communities exist, the building the community. This is why Kindness Rising, my show here, exists, to make these connections, to amplify voices, and to help people grow, right? And that's what this is about. So I appreciate you so much. Thanks for joining, April Drake. People can find you on LinkedIn. They can. We'll be doing some more announcing of the weird LinkedIn.
Yes, we will.
And keep an ear out. I appreciate your time. And to everybody else,
so much. Namaste.
I appreciate you. And until we talk again, stay uncommon and stay kind.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.
What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun?
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get-after-it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.